President Barack Obama says staggering job losses mean the country must continue to spend our way out of this recession with a round of new incentives for hiring. In a speech today, Obama proposed a package intended to stimulate job creation and bring down the country's 10% unemployment rate. The measures include more money for infrastructure projects and tax cuts and credit access for small businesses. It also includes rebates to consumers who make their homes more energy efficient. And joining us now to discuss the President's proposals and what they could mean for the Valley is Dr. Pam Drake, Director of JMU's Department of Finance and Business Law. Dr. Drake, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Your ideas about the President's plan, is it a good idea?
I don't really like this plan because it's really hit or miss. Doesn't seem to be a well thought out plan. It involves spending our way out of a recession, and I don't think that's the way to get out. I don't think more and more spending as they've been doing it, really going to be very effective.
Okay. Does the President has to do something, though, doesn't he? He just can't sit there and say, well, we'll just wait until the economy starts to improve on its own. I mean, isn't it imperative that the President, as the Chief Executive, do something?
No, I don't think it is. I think you can rely on the free market. You can let businesses do their thing. You can let them go unimpeded, and to really help grow the economy from within. I don't think it's up to the government to say what we should invest in, how we should invest, and so forth. I think you really need businesses to take the lead on this and not the government.
Politically, is that possible, though? I mean, it seems like, since the Great Depression, there's always been a history of government involvement in the economy.
Well, that's not always been a good thing, too. It doesn't mean that the government can always get us out of a recession. In fact, they really haven't been able to spend our way out of a recession before. Why would now be any different? Okay.
Now, let's talk about specifically, regardless of whether the proposal is good or not, he's got some ideas. First one, impact on the Valley. This would seem like this one would impact Valley consumers. Rebates for consumers who make energy efficiency retrofits.
Well, it sounds like a great idea, but we've had these for years. And so most people who have homes have gotten these credits before from putting storm doors on and insulation. And so the issue is how many people have not yet done that. And we really don't know how big of an effect that will be, if it's really going to make an impact in the Valley economy.
All right. Another point, three major points. Second point, more investment in roads and infrastructure. We've already kind of had some of that, right?
Right, and there's some of that, and that would be something that rolls out very slowly, for one thing. So it's not going to have an immediate effect in turning anything around, and it's very limited to a certain type of business. So it's not going to put people to work who've been laid off from other types of businesses.
All right. And then, of course, the third is help for small businesses.
Well, there's help for small business in this proposal, but it's very limited because it focuses on capital expenditures. What these small businesses will, in terms of building, buying equipment, machinery, and so forth. That's very limited because small businesses are not going to invest if they don't have confidence in the economy. If they don't see that this is really going to help that business, they're not going to do it. So it's a very, very limited help.
Well, if you were to advise the President, he said, well, I've got to do something, what can I do that you would at least suggest that would be not harmful or at least somewhat positive? What would you say?
Well, I think you have a few things you can do. You can use tax credits that are across all businesses, large and small. We have some large employers in this valley, Cargill and R.R. Donnelley, for example. Why not have tax credits across the board? That would help a great number of people. And also, why not take the health care plans that are out there and take them off the table for a while? Let the economy recover before you try to go ahead and fix health care. Because without more certainty on health care, small businesses are not going to start hiring more employees.
Interesting. All right. Dr. Pam Drake, Director of JMU's Department of Finance and Business Law, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bob.
And now let's send it to Mel.